Shalom, my brothers and sisters in Yahuwah Elohim, and welcome to our extra-canonical Bible study. Tonight we'll be finishing up our study in the War Scroll. So if you've got an extra-canonical book or a Dead Sea Scrolls book, go ahead and grab it, and we'll finish up our study tonight. This has been a good study. If you're familiar with numbers in the Bible, and if you're familiar with what it says in the Bible about the wars against good and evil, then I think that this has probably rung a bell with you. But, I guess it's individual. Each one gets a little whatever out of it, whatever Yah chooses to show you, huh? All right, well, let's go ahead and get started tonight. All right, let's see here. All right, the War Scroll. All right, the sons of light versus the sons of darkness. Let's get going. The final battle, the second engagement. When Baal prepares himself to assist the sons of darkness, and the slain among the infantry begin to fall by Yahuwah's mysteries, to test by these mysteries and all those appointed for battle, the priest shall blow the trumpets of assembly, so that another battle line may go forth as the battle reserve, and they shall take up positions between the battle lines. For those employed in battle, they shall blow a signal to return. Then the chief priest shall approach and stand before the battle line, and shall encourage their heart by the wondrous might of Elohim, and fortify their hands for his battle. And he shall in response and he shall say in response, "Blessed is the Elohim, for he tests the heart of his people in the crucible. And do not worry about your slain, for you have obeyed from of old the mysteries of Yahuwah. Now, as for you, take courage and stand in the gap. Do not fear when Yahuwah strengthens you, for in the land he shall appoint their retribution with burning for those tested by the crucible. He shall sharpen the implements of war, and they shall not become blunt until all the nations of wickedness come to an end. But as for you, remember the judgment of Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, by whose judgment Yahuwah showed himself holy before all the people. But Eleazar and Ithamar he preserved for himself, for an eternal covenant of priesthood. But as for you, take courage, and do not fear them, for their end is emptiness, and their desire is for the void. Their support is without strength, and they do not know that from the Elohim of Israel is all that is and that will be. He alone in all which exists for eternity. Today is his appointed time to subdue and to humiliate the princes of the realms of wickedness. He will send eternal support to the company of his redeemed by the power of the majestic angel of the authority of Michael. By eternal light he shall joyfully light up the covenant of Israel's peace and blessing for the lot of Elohim, to exalt the authority of Michael among the small g gods, and the dominion of Yisrael among all flesh. Righteousness shall rejoice on high, and all sons of his truth shall rejoice in eternal knowledge. But as for you, O sons of his covenant, take courage in Yahuwah's crucible, until he shall wave his hand and complete his fiery trials, his mysteries concerning your existence. The final battle, the third engagement. And after these words, the priest shall blow for them a signal to form the divisions of the battle line. The columns shall be deployed at the sound of the trumpets until each man has taken his station. Then the priest shall blow another signal on the trumpets, that the signal for confrontation. Sorry about that. When the infantry has approached the battle line of the Kittim, within throwing range, each man shall raise his hand with his weapon. Then the priest shall blow on the trumpets of the slain and the Levites, and all the people with ram's horns shall sound a signal for battle. The infantry shall attack the army of the Kittim, and as the sound of the signal goes forth, they shall begin to bring down their slain. Then all the people shall cease the sound of the signal, while the priests continuously blow on the trumpets of the slain, and the battle prevails against the Kittim, and the troops of Baal are defeated before them. Thus, in the third lot, the army are destined to fall slain. Author's note: the sections of the final battle, involving the fourth, fifth, and sixth engagements, are not legible. The codex has large pieces missing. None of these engagements are preserved. Okay, now we skip down to the final battle, the seventh engagement, okay? And in the seventh lot, the great hand of Yahuwah shall be lifted up against Baal and against all the forces of his dominion for an eternal slaughter. The shout of the holy ones will go forth when they pursue Assyria. Then the sons of Japheth shall fall, never to rise again, and the Kittim shall be crushed without remnant or survivor. So the Elohim of Israel shall raise his hand against the entire multitude of Baal. At that time the priest shall sound a signal on the 6 trumpets of remembrance, and all the battle formations shall be gathered to them and divided against all the camps of the Kittim to completely destroy them. And when the sun hastens to set on that day, the chief priest and the priests and the Levites who are with him, and the chiefs of the battle lines and the men of the army shall bless the Elohim of Israel there. They shall say in response, "Blessed is your name, O Elohim, for you have done wondrous things for your people, and have kept your covenant for us from of old. Many times you have opened the gates of salvation for us for the sake of your covenant, and you provided for our affliction in accord with your goodness toward us. You, O Elohim of righteousness, have acted for your sake, for the sake of your name." Thanksgiving for final victory. You have done wonders upon wonders with us, but from times of old there has been nothing like it, for you have known our appointed time. Today your power has shined forth for us, and you have shown us the hand of your mercies with us in eternal redemption, in order to remove the dominion of the enemy, that it might be no more, that is, the hand of your strength in battle. You shall show yourself strong against our enemies for an absolute slaughter. Now the day is pressing upon us to pursue their multitude, for you go before us, and the heart of warriors you have broken so that no one is able to stand. Yours is the mighty, and the battle is in your hand, and there is no Elohim like you. Your missing text, and the appointed times of your will and reprisal, missing text, your enemies, and you will cut off from, more missing text. And we shall direct our contempt at kings, and our derision and disdain at mighty men, For our majestic one is holy. The King of glory is with us, and the host of his spirits is with our steps. Our horsemen are as the clouds, and as the mist covering the earth, as a steady downpour shedding judgment on all her offspring. Rise up, O hero! Take your captives, O glorious one, and take your plunder, O you who do valiantly. Lay your hand upon the neck of your enemies, and your foot upon the backs of the slain. Crush the nations, your adversaries, and let your sword devour flesh. Fill your land with glory, and your inheritance with blessing. An abundance of cattle is in your fields, silver and gold in your palaces. O Zion, rejoice greatly, and rejoice, all you cities of Judah. Open your gates forever, so that the wealth of the nations might be brought to you, and their kings shall serve you. All they that oppress you shall bow down to you, and they shall lick the dust of your feet. O daughters of my people, burst out with a voice of joy. Adorn yourselves with ornaments of glory, and rule over the kingdom of the Kittim. Your missing text, and Israel for an eternal dominion. Ceremony after the final battle. Then they shall gather in the camp at night for rest until the morning. In the morning they shall come to the place of the battle line, where the mighty men of the Kittim fell, as well as the multitude of Assyria, and the forces of all the nations that were assembled unto them, to see whether the multitude of slain are dead, with none to bury them, those who fell there by the sword of Yahuwah. And the high priest shall approach there with his deputy, his brothers, the priests, and the Levites, with the leader of the battle, and all the chiefs of the battle lines, and their officers, and they shall come together. When they stand before the slain of the Kittim, they shall praise there the Elohim of Yisrael, and they shall say in response, Glory to you, Yahuwah, Most High. And that's the end. There wasn't much left for tonight, gang. I just wanted to finish it the way that I broke it up. That's how it worked out. This is not a very long study tonight. We're just finishing the final battle. Okay? So, what do you think, gang? Was it worth your time? I liked it, but I'm wondering how everybody else feels about it. It was, in my opinion, real close to a lot of things that are in Numbers. The battle strategies and the way that they formed the lines of battle and stuff like that. It's very reminiscent of how Yahuwah set up the tribes of Israel while they were marching across the wilderness. You know, kind of the same. To me it is anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments and let me know. If y'all liked it, if you got anything out of it, if you found it to be fruitful for you, let me know. I'm not sure. I read it and I thought that it was interesting and I thought that I would share it with you. Okay? Alright, gang. Well, I'm not going to keep you tonight. I just thought that we'd finish that study out and, I don't know, think about it. Ponder it and let me know. Okay? We probably won't be having any extra canonicals for a while until we get into the prophets. Because once we get into the prophets, then we'll go ahead and we'll do 4 Ezra and 2 Baruch. Okay? We'll do those 2 when we get into the prophets. But I think that that's it for now for the extra canonicals that I have found. If y'all have any other ideas about extra canonicals that we'd like to go over, Go ahead and drop those in the comments, and I'll look into them and see if I can get the books. Okay, and then we'll go through them. But that's all I've got for right now. So, bless all of you that are seeking knowledge and wisdom through Yahuwah Elohim. Praise be Yahuwah. Praise be our beautiful Elohim. Hallelujah. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Learning history, learning the will of Yah, and following His word. All right. I guess we will see you all on Shabbat. Okay? Y'all have a great rest of your week, and we will see you then. Shalom.